Hello, everyone of the sign of Aries. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I Am. I'm here with your reading for April 2026. This is going to be an interesting month, so get ready for the ride. I already picked out the cards that I was going to use for the astrology. Now, for you guys that are new, I like to go through astrology because, of course, this is how we're going to be affected through the entire month, and I want to see how it's going to affect you personally. So I'm going to go. I picked out 4 events that I think might be very, very impactful for the month of April. And then I'm going to go down the line with it, okay? So I'm going to go to it because it's going to be pretty long. And if you have any questions or want to contact me, that's in the description part below. All right? So first of all, Mars enters the sign of Aries. This is April 9th. Why is this important? Mars and Aries really get along. They're like best friends. And this is when whatever you feel like you should do, you do. Whatever you're dreaming about starting, you start. Whatever you feel like healing, you initiate healing in. So it's kind of like, let's do this. Let's do this. It's kind of like the butterfly coming out of the cocoon and finally being able to fly. This is like the warrior energy bursting out of its shell. And because of that, I decided I'm going to use my chakra decks so that I can find out where it's going to be affecting you. Energetically, those portals of energy kind of tells us kind of a little bit of what's going on with how this is going to be affecting us. So let's see what's up, Aries. So this is going to be affecting your heart space. And we have the heart, the card of gossip. Damn it, I forgot to turn the camera over. So the card of gossip. This means how the words that people have spoken around you and talked about you or blah, 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 has negatively affected you. This also is I feel like a return to sender, right? Like all those evil words that were spoken to you, you take them off of yourself, you cleanse yourself, and you return them to where they belong because they're not yours to carry. That's what I'm feeling from this energy. So it does feel like spiritual work. It does feel like doing things with your heart chakra to clear it out, to cleanse it. And so then you can reclaim things that you have lost because of the fact that there has been evil tongues, people talking gossip and whatever that negatively impacted you. So keep that in mind. You might be in your feelings the entire month of April. Okay. Second, the new moon in Aries. So she'll be on the 17th. Why is this important? This is so cool. So the new moon is in Aries. So the moon is in Aries. We also have the sun, Neptune, Saturn, Mars, and Mercury. 6 planets and stars in the sign of Aries. This is like raw creation, right? Like imagine the chaos of, now this is what they're showing me in my head, okay? So keep that in mind. The sperm shooting up and all the chaos of all those little flyers going everywhere and the womb there and the egg being there and all of them in this frenzy of we're gonna get there first, that kind of energy to create something new. So it feels like explosion, it feels like creation, and it feels like I guess like passion to create that change. So I would, for you, especially my Aries, but I'm going to be saying this to all the signs, would really do some kind of ritual for yourself that has to do with manifestation, some impactful change that might be happening in your life. But, and this is a big but, remember that whatever you do, especially since there's so much fire in this energy, it will create upheaval and chaos before it creates that change. It's because the old has to burn away before the new comes along. Okay? So just think about the process of pregnancy. The female will never be the same after having that child. Her physical biology won't be the same. According to science now, they show that the fetus connects to the woman's spinal cord through like creating neurons that connect to her. So she will always have that connection to that being. So just think that. It's crazy. So big impactful change. Think about that, okay? So I'm going to use these Moondology cards to find out how this is going to affect you. We got 2. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. And that is impactful because I would check out where your South Node is placed. Um, because what that means is that this might be past of this life that is affecting you, but this can also be past of past lives, because South Nodes have a lot to do with the lessons that you learned in the previous life and what you might be still stuck up with, like what is holding you back from a previous life. And the second one that comes out here is you and your loved ones are safe. And that has that energy of Cancer, which is crazy because I tell you all the time that Cancer has to do with your root chakra, and it has to do with your foundational relationships. So what I'm seeing here is that fear that you potentially have regarding your loved ones, those people that are close to you, those close relationships around you, the fear that you have that something bad's going to happen to them, that things will break up or whatever, has a lot to do with your past. And this can be this life or a previous life. And so it's a need for you to heal that to be able to move forward. Okay. The next thing I want to look into is the sun entering the sign of Taurus. Why is this important? This will be happening on April 20th. It's important because we're having so much fire, and fire is awesome, except sometimes it's a little bit much, right? And sometimes we have to ground that passion, that desire, that masculine energy. We need to ground it in practical, strong ways to move forward. And Taurus is the way to go because the bull move things out of the way. Okay. But it's grounded. It's like 3D. It makes sense because it makes a plan and it moves slowly through that plan. So I wanted to see what it wants, what this will bring, the sun entering the sign of Taurus. Definitely, that's crazy. It flew out like nothing. Definitely, I am feeling though, there's a lot of gossip, evil tongue, hurt feelings. This is making my ears itch, and that's usually because you're getting the messages. It just does not feel right. Okay, so then we have two things. We have feather, which is think first before you judge, and villain, you can always rewrite the story. And this is important, okay? Because we all have a preconceived notion of what is good and what is bad. And we all have thought processes about how people around us have to live based on what is good and what is bad. And it feels like a want and a desire to end something very quickly and like destroy something because it is evil, but not seeing kind of like all the situation, and I mean all the parts of the situation, like how we might have played the role for this evil person or an evil situation to enter our lives, um how there's healing required within us, but also there's so many elements to a story. It's not just one, it's not just black and white, though we would like to make it black and white because it's easier for us, because if we categorize things we feel like, oh, we have control over them, but we really don't. And so right here it's saying pump the brakes. So I feel like the entire month of April until about the 20th, you're going to be stuck in your feelings, explosive, acting, reacting. And then finally, the 20th hits. My nose is itchy, so that's telling me I'm hitting it right on the nose. Then finally, the 20th hits, and then you like stop being in the crazy and get practical with it and say, let me breathe this. Okay, I got this. And then slowly move in this direction of change. I think you should be a little bit more malleable when it comes to who the good guy, who the bad guy is, because there really isn't any. There is just a series of really stupid consequences that have put themselves together because it's teaching us something and it's trying to bring things back into balance. So how will you bring this back into balance for you? Not for the people involved, for you. And then from there, everything starts balancing out. So, last thing I want to look into is Uranus entering the sign of Gemini. This is going to start on the 25th of April and it will continue till May 22nd, 2033. So, this is going to stick around for a minute. Now, we had a prelude to this energy around the summer of last year. And if you saw, that's when we had like a lot of riots, a lot of people doing like active demonstrations of like, this is not fair, we have to create change, blah, blah, blah. So this is the activist revolt energy. This is also the revolution energy. We will see it in the collective. It will be insane because there is a need to change. And both that energy of Uranus and Gemini are now, 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 now. It's not like later, it's like now. So I wanted to see how that's going to impact you. Hi, cabrón. That fell on my lap, and this is good. Look at this. Sunflower purification. Did you know that I found out that sunflowers are really good at removing radioactive properties from the soil? Like they can absorb radiation and cleanse it. Now, you can fact check me, but I thought that was super awesome because it can heal the land. And what I'm feeling there is healing your home yourself. All these crazy things that are going to seem like they're going a million miles an hour. Again, I ask you to think back in the summer of 2025 and the things that happened to you during that time, because this is starting the 25th from here until 2030, the kind of changes you might be seeing in your life. But it's a purification, it's a purging. Yeah, there's a blend card on this. I just saw that. I want to grab one more card because I wanted 2 oracle decks for this. This is the shamanic deck, okay? Look at that. Purification, and this one is change. Again, backwards because I forgot to change. And it's a cycle of change. So I feel like from 2026 all the way to 2030, you're going to be repeating cycles, and it will be frustrating. You will be feeling like you're in the freaking Twilight Zone, but you're not repeating them in a wheel. You're repeating them in a cycle because they're coming back over and over and over again in your life so that you can continue changing the way you act, the way you think, the way you behave, all that kind of stuff. You're just going to slowly be swirling because this is an ascension process, but it has to be repeating the lessons until to see if you actually learned it, you're going up, or you have to try it again and try it again. You know, that's what this feels like. So this is very interesting because it seems like as I'm pulling these cards, sorry, they told me not those. What it seems like for April, for you, my Aries, is an initiation to some kind of fundamental belief systems, like the you that you are, that's going to get broken down. And it's something that has your heart space blocked. So it's a cleansing and purification of your heart, where you're going to let go of this feeling of this person's bad, that person's bad, blah, blah, blah. You're starting to notice that they're entering your life because there's healing required for you. Okay? This one's... Oh, Aries. We'll see how this goes, okay? And then, you know, the funny thing is that the entire collective, the entire world is going to be going through this because collectively Saturn and Neptune are playing games with each other for 3 years in Aries. So this is affecting all of us in different ways. So let's see. Last message. The Page of Wands. So this is some new action you're going to be taking. That 2 of Pentacles, you're very confused about and not sure if you're going to be doing the right thing. King of Cups, you are doing it for a masculine energy that is super emotional because you want justice for them, because we got the Justice card. The action you are going to take is to fight back something. So I feel like you're defending a masculine energy in your field. Like I said, in your field, like your energetic field, you're defending them because you find that this masculine energy is an empathic person, is an emotional person, is a person that really has a good heart. And so you're defending them and you're wanting to bring balance for them. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman energy with the King of Coins and the Seven of Swords. I feel like what you feel about this masculine energy is that you feel like this person is being hung up, right? Hung out to dry. Like somebody is trying to hold them back and restrict them, and restrict the positive, I want to say, material wealth that they're supposed to have. So taking money, taking resources, all they want is the money of this person or whatever. And this person can't even see the attacks that are being sent towards them, because we see the Seven of Swords and it's daggers coming at the person, but the daggers that are coming at the person are like in the darkness. Like he can't even see where they're coming from. So, and then ironically, right after that, we have the Queen of Cups. The fact that there's a King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, what I can tell you is that though you are connecting to somebody outside of yourself, like this masculine energy doesn't feel like it's you, it's somebody external. Okay. Though you might be connecting to that, it's actually you. So the reason you feel the need to defend this person, the reason you need to see the need to fight for this person and whatever, is because you're reclaiming the energy of your divine masculine. So solar plexus energies, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys the entire month of April start having like a lot of digestive issues like heartburn, gas, things like that, like stuff that will hit the top of your belly, because of what I'm seeing here. Okay, because there's a lot of emotions here. We have the Ace of Cups, so there is a lot of emotions here. And besides that, you feel like whoever or whatever this energy is like a crazy guy going the wrong direction, and you're trying to tell them, dude, you're going the wrong way, you got to go this way, right? So this is very interesting, but there is going to be a lot of gossip, a lot of talking, a lot of like a lot of drama the month of April. So keep that in mind. But it is a purification process. The biggest thing I want to tell you is that there is no bad guy here. This is you learning the lessons that you haven't allowed yourself to learn before. And they're linked to a masculine energy. You know what? For those that do not feel like they're fighting for a masculine, this can be something where you are healing your masculine wound, okay? And that would be connected to your father's line. So I need you guys to think about it that way. If it didn't resonate the other way, it does feel like this is a connection of a healing of a divine masculine energy. And so this would be connected to your father's line. So very interesting. Like always, Aries usually for me, you guys have a way of making things interesting. So just wait for it, I guess, and just keep running forward and continuing to shape your reality. Okay? I just wanted to tell you, especially firstborns. If you're a firstborn, definitely that whole healing of your father's line, that one gonna hit you hard because this is definitely that. Okay? Yeah, that would be the only message. I hope you have a good one.